Welcome to another edition of Tech Fireside Chats with your host, Joel Martin. Take it away, Joel.
Hello.
Hello. How's it going?
Good. It's good, Ben. It's good to see you. I'm Joel Martin, your host, as always, in Tech Fireside Chats, and today we have somebody very special, one of the leaders in micromobility bicycles. Actually, we could say, Ben, you might have started. Mr. Ben Morris might have started this 15 years ago, before anybody else got in the space, right? Maybe you can tell us your story.
Yeah, I always laugh because I technically feel like we were doing this before micromobility was actually a word. They didn't use micromobility in 2005, and they really didn't talk about sustainability or mobility or anything.
I was doing mopeds in 2005, like gas-powered mopeds,
Exactly.
And people would customize them for South by Southwest and take people for a ride on a Vespa. So It was a different world back then. It really was. But I think that's where the way I first noticed Coaster was the experiential industry. Is that what got you into this? Like, how did you get into rentals when you were just a recent graduate in Boston?
Yeah, so we started really pedicab, so passenger version, point A to point B. Started that in 2005 out of school, grew that around the country, and as we were going around the country, created a media division, now called Coaster Outdoor, that was basically monetizing these bikes by selling, out-of-home advertising on them. And that evolution continued as we were beginning to work with more and more fleet operators, and they were coming to us and saying, hey, why don't you guys build a better bike? You understand the business, you understand the industry. And so that sparked our manufacturing endeavor, which started in 2012 to build a better passenger vehicle. And what started as a better passenger vehicle ended up being a coffee bike for Starbucks and a delivery bike for UPS and sampling bikes for Nestle. And so that sort of evolved into what encompassed, micromobility kind of integration, experiential work, last mile delivery work, and campus and university, and so on and so forth. So it's been a 15-year evolution of operations, media, and manufacturing.
Wow, that's pretty ramp up a 15-year history there. So what are we were talking earlier, you're providing some of the bikes for Lime and some of the other micromobility operators, right? Are these the fleet servicing bikes? I mean, there's a lot of technology here. You're helping them with the juicers and the repair stations, right?
Yeah, I mean, look, cities right now obviously want to see as few vans, white Sprinter vans, on the streets as possible, doing deliveries, doing charging or battery swapping, doing maintenance. And so, we've come up with a number of different vehicle formats that'll enable these micro mobility companies to help, not only with their sustainability footprint, but also, frankly, from an operational efficiency standpoint as well. So that goes from mobile mechanics, so going out, doing repairs to bikes and scooters in the field, as opposed to bringing them back to a depot, helping with rebalancing, so specifically in areas where it's difficult to reach, so college, university campuses, National Mall in DC, beach boardwalks, and then also exploring and looking towards moving towards battery swapping as well. So utilizing the bikes to go around and help with battery swapping, as opposed to using the van option that also exists.
Yeah, because in some places it doesn't make sense to drive a car. Cars are not allowed, so the pedicab makes a lot more sense. So I've actually used some of your pedicabs. I think it was Experiential Marketing Summit or one of these shows that you guys attended, and they were it was great. I mean, it was customized. It was really, really neat. And I know everybody's had to pivot during COVID. Sorry, I'm switching topics here, just wham bam, going really fast here. But you guys pivoted like many others back in when this started, right? You were doing face masks. I saw you making hundreds of them.
Yeah, so we sort of mid-March, actually it was South by, we talked about earlier, South by Southwest was the story that we had a big campaign starting with TikTok. And TikTok is, based in China. And in mid-February, they were calling us saying, hey, we don't think we're going to go to South by Southwest. And we said, what do you mean you're not going to go to South by Southwest? They're like, this virus is happening. We're like, oh, man, is this something that's do we need to start paying attention to? And so that led into sort of a mid-March, quite radical pivot into face shields and through an open source design that we found. Got a hospital on board. They said, hey, we'll take 500,000 of them. We said,
Wow.
okay. We had only built 3 prototypes at the time. And we're like, all right, we could figure out how to build these bikes. Surely we could figure out how to make face shields, keep our folks employed, and be able to help like frontline medical workers. And
I love it. I saw you guys doing that a couple months back, and I was like, wow, these guys.
That was like really, I mean, that was the story. And we actually, when we were running full scale, we had 115 people doing it, and we were making 55,000 face shields a day. So it was quite an operation, and we learned a lot from it. Actually took some really interesting learning lessons from what we did in that particular project to how we sort of think of the company going forward and how we kind of want to, how we see Coaster kind of 3.0.
Gotcha. I'm going to share a little video here just for our viewers. If they're not familiar with the website, it's coastercycles.com. And this facility is what, in Montana?
Montana, yep, right on the river in Montana.
And you're in San Francisco, so
I'm in Bay Area. So
nice little fly. You got to fly over there, right? Or you drive often? I
don't drive, but in a normal world, right, we're flying there, and I'm there every 4 to 6 weeks. But obviously, in a COVID time, it's far less than that, which is disappointing. But yeah, it's always look. There's nothing wrong with going to Montana to go work. So we're really happy there with the state and the support we get.
I think I saw a lift there. I understand you work with Motivate as well. You do some of their pedicabs.
Yeah. So we do the work with Motivate on a variety of different fronts in a variety of different cities, mostly with their bicycle fleets, and helping them move stuff around.
Interesting. So anything you can share in the QSR delivery space? Any technology, or is that's something you can talk about?
Yeah. So as I mentioned, we're working on one very, very large project for the last mile delivery front. It's an industry that we see is ripe for opportunity. I mean, obviously, look, COVID has exacerbated the way in which we conduct ourselves online right now. We buy everything. We buy goods, we buy groceries, we buy food delivery, and they've got mass market adoption. And so carriers are struggling to keep up with demand right now. And we have felt for 5 years like there's a great opportunity in this space, but we're now kind of finally starting that to come to fruition. And so we're sort of retooling a little bit right now and working to build the most sophisticated and technologically advanced e-cargo bike to help with delivery. And so that'll be rolling in Q1 for us right now. And, we talked a little bit earlier about tech. We're focused specifically around safety, security, and driver efficiency in the bike. So, looking at radar and sensoring and Bluetooth and RFID and just a lot of smart technology that we haven't really seen in the marketplace, and being able to take all that data along with our motor system and deliver sort of a comprehensive data package to provide back to our customers who are operating the bikes.
Do any of them have electric engines, or are they all just pedal?
Oh yeah, everything. That was one of our big shifts towards 2021 and beyond. We have become the first e-cargo bike in North America to adopt the Bosch e-drive system. Okay. So that was a big and exciting piece, and we actually are designing our chassis right now to basically only sell an e-cargo bike version of the bike, and so that's a movement that we've been seeing for years, and in the past 6 months has blown up. Like everybody wants an electric bike. Nobody wants to pedal anymore, or they don't want to pedal as hard.
They just don't want to pedal on the way home. They don't want to get all sweaty. But I love it, man. You have a lot. Congratulations on your success and all the cool things you've been doing. Well, I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of what your work, and I just played a little experiential video because I love the Happy Meal one. I mean, I was just in love with that. That was awesome. But the technology side, that is very, very cool. And thank you so much. I think we're almost on time there. Any last thoughts? Where is post-COVID? We're still in COVID, but for 2021, you're talking about QSR, micro deliveries, electric, anything else that's on the top of your head?
Yeah, I mean, I think, we hope that we start seeing we're seeing small bits and pieces on the experiential front and traditional out-of-home front interest and planning for 2021, mid-2021 and beyond. We continue to see a drive in delivery right now and continued growth in the delivery space. And so, we're thinking about ways we can iterate and design product that sort of suits the needs of our customers. within the last mile delivery space, both domestically and abroad. And, electric assist is going to be a big part of that. And it's been really cool just seeing the industry and the country sort of embracing, electric vehicles, all electric vehicles and all LEVs. So
I believe it. I totally believe it. Hey, listen,
it's fun, man.
I'm in here. I'm right with you, and I love what you said today. So thank you so much for your time. And I know you're a busy guy, but it's great having a CEO and an innovator on the show. Cheers, man. Thank you.
All right. Cheers. Thanks for having me, Joel.
Okay. Have a great day.
Take care.
Oh wait, I forgot what I had the one last thought. It'll come back to me. But I think it had to do with Summit. Are you South by Southwest virtual? Do you really think that's going to take off, or we just need to go back to the old school?
I mean, I basically every event virtually, I think is very difficult to do.
But then I don't get my pedicab ride, and I miss those.
I know, and that's the thing. Like, how do you these events are so people, accentuated. Like, we got to be together, right? Having it online is very hard to have that level of engagement. So. Well, I don't know. Maybe they drive around. I look forward to my next
pedicab ride with one of your bikes, man. So thank you so much.
All right. Appreciate it. Thanks,
buddy. Thanks for watching, and join us next week on Tech Fireside Chats.